Literally in the matter of days, we've already seen new changes to what to expect in 2024. So what are those changes and what's the latest new news on the Project Highland Model 3? The EV tax credit, Teslas are confirmed, Tesla incentives, and more. Let's get into all of that in today's video. So we're into 2024 and we've already seen some changes that lead us to believe there are big things coming for Tesla, and the IRS finally updated the qualified Teslas for the EV tax credit. New sightings have been seen in probably the most apparent hint at the Project Highland coming to the States. In the past, we've seen this uncovered refreshed Model 3 driving on the highway in various cities, but for the first time, we've seen a Project Highland with a VIN that indicates it was manufactured in Fremont, California, but there was a Shanghai badge on the back. This couldn't be a more in-your-face hint that, hey, give this Project Highland some attention, it might be coming soon. Well, hints on that ETA just came out as well. Very trusted and highly followed ex-user Robert Scoble, author and technologist, has gave us hints on when to expect this Highland to actually make its way to the States. Apparently, he spoke to a Tesla employee that said on ETAs, it is this. January is when it is said to expect the announcement here in the States on when you are going to get that Highland, with deliveries and availability starting in March. How long have us in the States been waiting for the new refresh of the car that I'm sitting in, the Model 3? How long has it been? Well, it's been 6 months for those of you who are counting that other countries, Shanghai, really Europe and Asia, have had access to the Project Highland. But there's also this. The IRS finally came out with a list of all Teslas that qualify for the $7,500 point of sale credit. We're going to get into that in 1 minute. The final point on Highland is apparently this Fremont employee told Robert that they've already retooled the manufacturing stages in Fremont and they're ready to manufacture this car. So what's the holdup? We apparently are going to hear soon. Confirmed changes, like we talked about in our last video. We predicted that the incentives, the Tesla incentives, are going to change for your purchase of a Tesla. And sure enough, we're in a new year and they did. So the new incentives are you get 3 months full self-driving. So again, if you buy a Tesla currently in 2024, you're going to get a 3-month free trial of FSD. And if you are a Tesla owner, you get 10,000 referral credits. My referral link is, of course, down in the description. I have to plug that, of course. But let's get into the IRS final list of Teslas that qualify. Ladies and gentlemen, your list is the Model 3 Performance is currently the only Model 3 that qualifies, and then all of the Model Ys qualify, and finally the Model X long range. So why are these the only ones that qualify? I'll give you a hint. It really comes down to the battery components. I'll save you the details because there's one more point I think it's really important that you hear about 2024 confirmed changes. But basically these components cannot be acquired from a country, a foreign entity of concern as it's written. So if those battery components come from those countries, the battery is not going to qualify. Literally, the car that I'm sitting in no longer qualifies. This rear-wheel drive Model 3 no longer gets any assistance on this point of sale credit. There's been a lot of confusion on that. Let's just dive into that for a minute. But this car and the long range Model 3 are nowhere on that list. You must meet these requirements in 2024. This is confirmed. If you don't meet these requirements, you are not going to get that EV tax credit, even if your Tesla qualifies, and here they are. You must purchase this vehicle for personal use and not for resale. Primary use of this EV must be in the States as well. And there are 3 different categories for income. If you're married, filing jointly, you can't make more than $300,000. If you're a head of household, you cannot make more than $225,000. And if you're an individual, the price cap for income on a yearly basis is $150,000. 2 more things that I want you to know. Number 1, Tesla finally announced last last year's performance and deliveries were up 38%. So they actually achieved 1.8 million deliveries. Why does this matter? If you're thinking about waiting for your Tesla, I see possible price increases coming, and that's point number 2. Let's talk about this. We could see price increases because the Model 3 Performance, again, fully qualifies for that $7,500 credit. It's the only Model 3 that does. So if you subtract that number from the price of the Performance Model 3, it's going to set that price a little bit near that long-range price target for the Model 3. But if the Model 3 Performance increases higher than $55,000, it'll no longer qualify. So maybe we'll see price decreases on the rear-wheel drive or the long-range Model 3. Either way, because of these credits, I do see, at least for the Performance and Model 3 variants, we're going to see some price changes potentially soon. A lot of moving parts. Another one that is confirmed for 2024, straight from Tesla, the new Cybertruck, for those of you who want a larger vehicle, is said to qualify for the EV tax credit, but not for a few months. So Tesla giving us some foreshadowing of the price. Being that it's an SUV, it must be under $80,000. So will the entry-level Cybertruck get that full EV tax credit for those of you who want that lowest model Cybertruck? So here's what you need to know if you're thinking about buying a Tesla and you haven't. I'll just break it down simply. I would wait for this new Model 3 Highland because don't forget, you're getting that sleeker exterior, a rear infotainment screen, ventilated seats, ambient lighting, and so much more. This would not be a vehicle for you if the stockless steering wheel was a deal breaker, because again, those stock options are removed in this new Model 3 refresh. Another reason why I would want you to wait are 2 new colors. So don't forget, other countries have a new Quicksilver Gray and a Cherry Red. So are those 2 colors coming to the States with this Highland release? Or are we going to get new colors of our own? So new features, new colors, and now a point of sale credit. We've actually seen more dealerships since the last time we talked about it file for this EV tax credit. So it's clear that other dealerships, non-Tesla dealerships, are interested in selling more EVs in 2024, and that is confirmed. For those of you who want the Model Y, again, that fully qualifies. You have the green light to order right now, and the best Model Y and Model 3 accessories are linked down in my video description. My brother has the Model Y, so he gave me some ideas on what the most critical accessories are for that vehicle, and again, they're all down below. If you stick around in 2024, you're going to see a new Highland get released in the coming months. Possible new colors, changes to the pricing is almost guaranteed. It's just a matter of when, and so much more. So which cars will qualify? Make sure to subscribe and stick around to find out. And again, the only way I know you liked this video is to drop a like. Again, this is Matt from Frunk to Trunk. We will see you in the next video.